Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to completely deconstruct an absolutely wild, thrilling, and frankly chaotic matchday one clash between Atlético San Luis and Cruz Azul. Honestly, this matchup is the perfect example of exactly why we love this game so much. I mean, it had everything: early shockers, hidden storylines buried in the data, and a breathtaking second half comeback. So let's just dive right into the heart of the drama. The big question we're answering here is, how on earth does a heavy favorite survive an absolute matchday one nightmare? Because what we witnessed was a champion caliber team pushed to the absolute brink by a massive underdog right out of the gate. Section 1. The pre-match predictions. Setting the stage. Right, to really grasp the shock of this match, we have to rewind just a bit to the Clausura 2026 finish. You're basically looking at two teams existing on completely different planets. Cruz Azul came in incredibly hot. They just had a deep playoff run, secured third place, and were sitting on a formidable 10-game unbeaten streak. And on the flip side, well, San Luis ended way down in 14th place, missing the postseason entirely. And the betting lines really tell the story of those expectations. Sportsbooks had Cruz Azul as heavy minus 126 favorites. Meanwhile, San Luis was a massive plus 300 outsider, and that's even with home field advantage. Literally, everyone expected Cruz Azul to just cruise to an easy victory. Section 2. A shocking 2-0 lead. The underdog strikes. Well, San Luis completely tore up that script. The referee blows the whistle, and literally, just 50 seconds in, the stadium absolutely erupts. As the broadcast called it, it was an authentic locker room goal. Sébastien Salles-Lamonge blasts this brilliant left-footed strike to put San Luis up 1-0. It was a stunning golazo that caught Kevin Mir and the whole Cruz Azul backline completely napping. And you know what? The bleeding didn't stop there. Just a short while later, Rafa Llorente capitalizes on another huge defensive error by the machine to make it 2-0. Just like that, the heavy favorites are in a full-blown panic button crisis before they've even really settled into their formation. The underdog was just totally dominating the scoreboard. Section 3. By the numbers, behind the scoreline. But here's the fascinating part. That 2-0 scoreline, it was actually kind of lying to us. Even though they were trailing by 2, Cruz Azul was quietly dominating the underlying metrics. Look at this, 54% possession, and they were outshooting San Luis 18-11. The machine was actually running just fine. They just hadn't managed to find the back of the net yet. To really get what was happening, we need to talk about expected goals, or XG. Now, for those who might not be huge stat nerds, XG just reveals the underlying truth of a match. It measures the actual quality of a team's scoring opportunities, basically calculating the mathematical likelihood of a shot turning into a goal. And when you look at those numbers, a massive storm was brewing. Cruz Azul generated a whopping 2.42 expected goals compared to San Luis's 1.43. They were mathematically bound to break through if they just kept up the pressure. The stats were practically screaming that a comeback was imminent. Section 4. The champions' comeback, second half surge. So, armed with that relentless offensive pressure, the favorites came out of the locker room for the second half with absolute purpose, and they systematically chipped away at that deficit, all the way deep into stoppage time. The turnaround started right at the 50-minute mark. Gabriel Fernández steps up and buries a crucial penalty kick, as the commentators shouted, "Goal for the machine!" That penalty was everything. It breathed life right back into Cruz Azul, silenced the home crowd, and completely flipped the momentum of the entire stadium. And then, the midfield engine himself, Jeremy Márquez, decided it was time to take over. Finding this incredible pocket of space in the 81st minute, he controls the ball right in the center, totally unfazed by the defenders swarming him, and smoothly slots home the equalizer. Suddenly, it's 2-2. But then comes the absolute heartbreaker for San Luis. In the 93rd minute, we're talking deep into stoppage time, Charlie Rodriguez perfectly spots Marcus through all that heavy congestion in the box. He delivers the pass, and Marcus arrives again to smash home the dramatic 3-2 game winner. It was just an absolute masterclass in late-game execution. Section 5. Key Matchday 1 Takeaways. What we learned. So, what does this wild opener actually tell us about the rest of the season? Well, first, trust the data. Expected goals rarely lie over a full 90 minutes. Second, Cruz Azul clearly possesses true championship resilience. But definitely keep an eye on San Luis. They will absolutely punish your errors, even if they still need to build up that late-game stamina. And finally, for sure, Jeremy Márquez is the ultimate clutch player. Now, I'm going to leave you with this final thought for this explainer. Are Cruz Azul an inevitable, unstoppable force destined for the title? Or did Atlético San Luis just hand the rest of the league the perfect blueprint on how to expose their defensive flaws right from the opening kickoff? Definitely keep that in mind as we watch the rest of the season unfold. Thanks so much for joining me.